Ozeron Funeral Services, under the supervision of Mr. Ronald Chimpanga, the Director of Operations, offers the following services: body care, caskets, coffins, tombstones, and long-distance transport. We also provide tents, chairs, and lowering machines. Find us in Lusaka at UTH and Charleston. Contact us on the number 0976 16 12 13, that is 0976 16 12 13, or contact us via our 24/7 hotline on 0975 44 2107. We also have branches in Monze, Luansha, Chongwe, and Livingston. Horizon Funeral Services. Come for affordable and quality services.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've invited first.
It's almost here. Your gateway to the north is loading in preparation for those wanting to explore the region. That's right, Kasama Airport has been upgraded and will soon be opening its doors to travelers. Explore Kasama through your gateway to possibilities. Zambia Airports Corporation Limited. Keep flying.
Wow, that over there is a very nice Ford. Have you seen it?
Of course. I have been looking at it since we got here. My worry is how people manage such vehicles and where they buy genuine parts from.
I'm sure there's nowhere else apart from Shuma Auto Parts. They are the only supplier of genuine Ford and Mazda parts, which comes straight from the manufacturer. They have everything in stock for both latest and ordinary Mazda and Ford. They also stock service parts such as diesel filters, air con filters, diesel pumps, steering pumps, turbochargers, engine overhaul gaskets, suspension parts, and body parts. If they don't have parts you're looking for, they can order within 5 to 10 working days. To top it up, Shuma Auto Parts also supply Maxxis tires and CST tires.
Really? But where are they found?
And on Chandram Sonda Road, Cruiser Auto Workshop in Lusaka. Call on 0979 192057 and 0960 747235. Email shumaautoparts@gmail.com. Shuma Auto Parts for all your genuine vehicle parts.
The Happy World of 5FM Radio, your adult contemporary radio station in Zambia, connecting you to the newsmakers and events that make news in the global village.
Good evening. This is a 5FM main news. The headlines. President Hakainde Hichilema reaffirms government commitment to grow the music industry. Zambia implores on donor nations to provide refugee hosting countries with an earmarked funding. Thousands flee homes as major Ghana dam spills over. This news bulletin is also streaming live on the 5FM YouTube channel. With the news in detail, I'm Herbert Mutavi. President Hakainde Hichilema says government is determined to grow the music industry and help the local artists develop their talents fully through knowledge exchange with global performers. President Hichilema says that the music industry has great potential to develop local talent, thereby leading to job creation and economic growth. The head of state hosted American singer and songwriter Shafe Chimie Smith, popularly known as Neo, at State House this morning, who is in the country for the Stanbic Music Festival. On his official Facebook page, monitored by 5FM News, President Hichilema said that the American singer was accompanied by a team from Stanbic Bank and local musicians from the Stanbic Capacity Building team.
We represent the Ministry of Youth and Sports here we thank them for the support and Ministry of Tourism, green economy and environment, as well as obviously the local government, because we have in the city support. So this kind of thing travels at the 50 months. Sorry, Mr. President, those are the 50 months that I have.
Zambia has implored donor nations and organizations to provide refugee hosting countries with an earmarked and not earmarked funding for them to effectively and sufficiently manage and protect refugees. Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security Permanent Secretary Dickson Matembo notes that giving refugee hosting nations earmarked funding prevents them from flexible allocation of funds to evolving and complex challenges. Mr. Matembo was at the ongoing 74th session of the Executive Committee of the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees program in Geneva on 12th October 2023. The Permanent Secretary informed the Assembly that an earmarked funding will allow hosting nations the autonomy to allocate resources where they are most needed, such as healthcare, education, infrastructure, or livelihood opportunities for refugees and their host communities. Mr. Matembo stated that by providing an earmarked funding, donor nations and organizations will empower refugee hosting countries to respond swiftly and effectively to the unique circumstances and changing dynamics within their borders. This is according to a statement issued by the Office of the Commissioner for Refugees. Police are looking for a 26-year-old man of Chazanga compound in Osaka, identified as Matthews Mumba, for sodomizing a 4-year-old boy. Confirming the development in a statement, Deputy Police Public Relations Officer Danny Mwale says police investigations indicate that the victim was sharing the same room with the suspect, who is his uncle. Mr. Mwale says the child complained to the mother of pain on the anal area and revealed that his uncle had carnal knowledge of him between October 6th, 2023 and October 10th, 2023. He says that the mother reported the incident to police, where a medical report form was issued and rushed the boy to the hospital. Community Action Against Corruption has advised Secretary to the Cabinet not to make statements that may suggest that the battle against misuse of state funds is over, based on the latest Auditor General's report. Organization Chief Executive Officer Brighton Tembo says that the latest AG's report is very exciting to all the genuine anti-corruption stakeholders, but he feels the battle is on and the parliamentary account time Mr. Tembo says that the secretary to the cabinet should know that any statement made by him can positively or negatively affect other important stakeholders like PAC. He says the Parliamentary Accounts Committee is very important and can never be redundant at any time. Mr. Tembo says that the victory against misuse of state funds, as reported in the latest Auditor General's report, should not make them to get too excited, because sometimes people are consumed by their own victory. In other news trending this evening, Vice President Mutalena Lumango has advised people intending to protest during the day of prayer, fasting, repentance, and reconciliation, which falls on the 18th of October 2023. First Quantum Minerals country manager Godwin Wene says that the mining firm is disturbed by citizens who are intentionally burning forest landscapes and grasslands adopted by the mine for environmental conservation. Up next, business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about
Initiatives in fields related to cotton production, agriculture, and environmental sciences. Under this partnership, the Cotton Board will provide internship opportunities for ICU students in relevant departments, where students can gain practical experience and contribute to projects and initiatives of mutual interest. Speaking at the signing ceremony, ICU Deputy Vice Chancellor Dr. Kelvin Chibomba said that the two institutions have embarked on collaboration, knowledge exchange, and joint actions that will have a lasting impact on the nation's cotton production. Dr. Chibomba says cotton is a critical leading cash crop, which is an important means of livelihoods for millions of stakeholders and attracts export revenues for some of the poorest countries.
EU and CBZ demonstrate commitment to tackle climate change head on. The MOU signifies our shared vision to promote research, drive technological advancements, and advocate for policies that mitigate the impact of climate change and promote growth in the cotton industry in Zambia. ICAU and other like-minded partners have been at the forefront of research and innovation, and today this is a statement to that regard.
Meanwhile, Cotton Board of Zambia Chief Executive Officer Sundu Zwayo Banda notes that there has been an exclusion of the academia that is critical to
in providing valuable advice to what could be done in the global sector in terms of pricing mechanisms, in terms of access to market information, in terms of access to extension provision, access to data and group varieties, collaborative with reading, outstation research, outstation reading, and so on could be done. And the institution is better poised because you're training students who are interested in this field. So we have a station not very far from you. Last time we invited you.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
In foreign news, more than 4,000 residents in Ghana's southeast have had to flee their homes because of flooding. As a result of the essential services have been disrupted, with water and electricity cut off in some of the areas. On Friday, the Ghanaian government said thousands of people in at least 9 districts had been displaced. Elsewhere, the UN-affiliated Global Disaster and Coordination System said it had recorded 7 injuries. Here's a roundup from the BBC.
The U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin has said American support for Israel is ironclad and has compared Hamas to the Islamic State group. He was speaking at a joint news conference in Tel Aviv with his Israeli counterpart Yoav Gallant. Mr. Gallant said Saturday's wave of killings and hostage-taking by Hamas was a war on the existence of Israel. Protests are taking place in many cities around the Middle East and beyond in support of Palestinians in Gaza. Huge crowds converged on the Yemeni capital Sana'a, which is controlled by Iran's Houthi allies. The deputy head of the powerful Lebanese militant group Hezbollah has rejected calls to keep out of the conflict in Gaza. Naim Qassem said the group was fully prepared and ready to enter the war against Israel. Hezbollah has clashed with Israeli forces across the Lebanese border several times over the last week.
In sports news, Zambia got straight to work at the 80,000 capacity Des Martyrs Stadium in Kinshasa ahead of this Saturday's 2024 Colombia FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup second leg qualifier against DR Congo. Zambia Under-20 Women's National Team captain Chitete Munsaka and Cop Stories. Reaffirms government commitment to grow the music industry. Zambia implores donor nations to provide refuge hosting countries with an earmarked funding. Thousands flee homes as major Ghana dam spills over. On behalf of the entire news crew and the technical department, thank you for listening to the Happy World of 5FM. Stay safe and stay tuned to 5FM Radio. I'm Herbert Mutabi.